all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving niggas wrong. I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale.
Good morning. Today it's Saturday. It's October 19 and I'm currently on day 22 of my 90-day challenge to 2020. Get to your better version of yourself and just try to change as much as you can on a daily basis just to get to those goals that we need to. So far, I am going to update today on I got on the scale yesterday, so you're going to see how much weight I have lost. And I'm also going to share a recipe of something that I'm going to do right now. I already broke my fast last night. I ended a 5-day, and it was not a water fast, it was a modified fasting, and I'm going to explain briefly what that was, why the modification. And I broke my fast yesterday with something that I was not planning because I was out and about with my nieces. We were at the mall.
Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, love, love.
And I had already planned yesterday morning that I was gonna break my fast later in the evening, and I was planning to do the meal that I'm about to cook. So I had Chick-fil-A. It was a very small meal. It was 8 pieces of nuggets and some waffle fries. It was the first time that I was at Chick-fil-A, so it was good. I did feel my stomach was hurting later in the evening. Maybe it was a little bit too heavy for me after 5 days of not eating a real meal. And I'm going to explain briefly why my 5-day fasting was modified. So some of you might not know, but I've shared this before. I am diabetic. I was diagnosed 5 years ago. And when I started fasting and I started looking into this method, I didn't think I wanted to lose weight, but it was not too much about the weight loss. Like, I really was looking into the benefits of fasting as far as the healing. And I felt like that was my option to kind of like heal my diabetes or reverse it or do something about it. And I mentioned it to my doctor at one point because she asked me, "You're losing weight, and what are you doing to lose the weight?" And I was afraid to tell her that I was actually fasting. I was like, she's gonna be against it because every time you see a doctor, they tell you that you need to eat 3 to 5 meals. I was surprised to see that she was not against it. Actually, she said that that was very beneficial, that it made sense to her. She said that it never went through her mind, but as I was explaining to her what I was doing, she said that's really good because when you're a diabetic and you're constantly eating, you're having sugar spikes. So you eat something, your sugar spikes, then it goes down, then you eat another meal and it spikes again, and you're constantly doing this. So it's a roller coaster. How do you feel when you're a roller coaster? You feel like you're not stable, and especially if you don't know how to eat, if you don't know how to choose your meals wisely, as far as like, you know, for them to be diabetic friendly. I don't know how to say it, but if you don't know how to, I mean, you're gonna have higher spikes. She thought it made really good sense that when you're fasting, especially like if you're doing OMAD and you're only having one sugar spike during the day and throughout the day it's stable. So I know that for me, I had to learn what was going to work for me, because I didn't start fasting right away saying like, oh, I'm gonna do 3 days and I'm good to go. No, I started adding hours every single day. Sometimes I tried 6 hours, sometimes I did 12 hours, until I was able to get to where I now was able to do 5 days. For the extended water fast, I do sometimes have to modify it, and by that I mean that if my blood sugar levels go too low, I will have to have a sip of a juice, for example. Sometimes it can be a banana. Sometimes it can be, I don't know, I always have pistachios and almonds. Sometimes it could be a little piece of chocolate. Whatever it is for me to continue doing my fasting, it's probably not going to be like a water fast that fasting does, which is the healing process of it. But as far as the weight loss, it will still keep working because I'm just eating just enough for my blood sugar levels not to crash. And I need to do that because I'm taking medication. And what I do without consulting my doctor. It's I do lower my dose to the lowest dose. I don't take the highest dose, which I usually do when I'm eating all my meals. And I really have to do this because if I take the whole dose, I'm gonna feel really sick, because it tells you there, right there, it tells you you need to take this with food. And if you're taking your medication or whatever, if you're taking blood pressure medication or whatever medication or you're on, you're gonna feel a little bit sick if you take those medications without food. So you need to find what's gonna work for you. And I do have a blood sugar monitor, so I'm constantly checking my blood sugar levels throughout the day. And then, like I said, my doctor did approve for me to do it. So if you are planning to do something like this and you have any health condition, I would recommend for you to consult with your doctor first. And if you don't have that ability, just do your research as far as how many benefits you're gonna get from a fasting versus not doing a fasting. After you're doing your research, if you feel that this is something that can work for you, that will really benefit you, then go ahead and do it, and start slow. Don't push yourself. Don't try to do 3, 4, 5, 7 days like all these other people are doing. Modify it to where it works for you. Don't do it, don't try to be like somebody else. Do something that is going to work for you. And if you feel that it's not the thing for you, then don't do it. Then try something else. Like, for example, you know how so many people are always talking about keto. It's been 5 times that I've tried doing keto, and every single time that I've done it, I've gotten sick. Like the first 2-3 times I went to the ER because I was dehydrated. I didn't do my research, and I finally realized that keto is not for me. Like, if something sounds really good, do your research and try to see if that will be something that will work for you. But don't feel like you have to do that, and don't feel like if you do it, you have to do it exactly like other people are doing it. Do your own version, because you are unique, and everybody reacts different to different things. So that is my take on this. I'm sorry, I know I'm taking long, but I had to approach it because there has been a lot of people that have been asking me about the fasting and how I do it, and that they tell me I can't do it because I'm diabetic. And I'm telling you, I am diabetic too, and the reason why I decided to do fasting is because I looked into the benefits of fasting, and I think that it's something that it's beneficial for me. It works for me, and I'm gonna continue doing it until it doesn't work for me anymore. So this is one of my favorites go-to recipes, whether if I'm doing diet or not. This is something that I really truly enjoy. These are cactus, it's nopalitos, and I add some fresh cilantro, 2 onions, 2 tomatoes, and if you want something spicy, then you can add jalapeno. Then put it on a big pot of water. And you see it, this is huge. I can eat the whole thing, and it's gonna be only about 300 calories for the whole pot. I usually season it with garlic and tomato bouillon, and it's really, really good. I really recommend for you to try it. All the ingredients are in, and I'm just gonna wait for it to boil a little bit, and then ready to enjoy it. I forgot to mention that I'm not gonna eat just that. I am planning to eat the whole day today, but I don't want to eat too much. I have some tuna and salmon and some mixed vegetables that I'm planning to eat today, but I don't know how much of it I'll eat, because like I said, my stomach was hurting last night with the meal that I had. And I will let you guys know when I will restart my alternate day fasting and my plan for this following week. Ooh, so now let's get to the weigh-in. Really happy with that number. So far I have lost 15 pounds, and I am hitting my goals. So this is my calendar that I had done. I'm writing down like what day we're in. Like, for example, today's October 19th. I'm on day 22 of the fasting, or the 90-day challenge, and we still have 73 more days for the year to end. But I started doing videos on September 27. Okay, September 27. But I had already started alternate day fasting. Like, I had been playing with it before, and I was weighing 241 pounds last month. So if I would take that number, I have lost 25 pounds this month, but I'm not going to take that number because I actually started at 231 on this day. So I had planned to lose 5 pounds every single week. So I have planned to get to those goals on Mondays, but I'm actually getting on the scale on Friday. and then getting to my goal number, it's here. So this is a strategy. I can't say the word. But for example, a lot of the times I mess up during the weekend. So I get on the scale here, and I have to meet my goal here or be very close to my goal. And I expect to be to that number by Monday. So I've been meeting my goals every single week. And I'm so grateful to God that I have been able to. Time around on the 19th, I'm at 216. But my goal is to be at 215 by Monday. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a longer video than usual, and I apologize for that. But I really needed to share a lot of things with you guys, and I still have more questions that I need to answer and video responses that I want to do. So I will be doing that in the next few days. So see you on the next time.